Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and I'm reading X-Men Prime, issue number 1, and only. Guys, this is a big week for Marvel. This is a huge week for the X-Men. Not such a shabby week for the Inhumans, if I do say so myself. You know, we got the whole new beginning. Guys, ResurreXion starts here with X-Men Prime issue number 1. Guys, also this week we checked out all new X-Men issue number 19, and in that, the X-Men went back in time and they checked the timeline and time that they came from, and the X-Men were still there. I speculated, theorized, it's all because the Secret War wound up changing everything, fixing everything, so the universe doesn't collapse in on itself because the X-Men have disappeared. So now what we have is, in this current issue, the new X-Men are talking to each other, and they're like, but somewhere out there, there's a universe without the X-Men. Yeah. Okay, look, I get that even being an editor, and that's like your only job, is to edit and make sure that there's continuity amongst your own comics that you're watching, that your readers are reading. It shouldn't be that darn hard to realize that somebody said this and somebody else said that. I mean, like, you're talking about an entire storyline. That was the main point of that issue of All New X-Men. So why do we have it in this same issue here that they say, oh, somewhere out there there's a universe with no X-Men? That's not true. That's not true. And I get it if you make that mistake, whatever, but on the same week, maybe if one came out last week and this one came out this week, that would be one thing. But like in the same week, yeah, no, not cool. Not cool. So anyway, whatever. Gripe. It's just a gripe. But in the meantime, the X-Men, the all-new young X-Men, they're basically your typical little kids. And rather than saying, hey, we're leaving, we're going to go off and do our own thing, instead, they kind of do this arc loop thing inside the danger room and act like they're still there. And then there's a pre-recorded message. Yeah, we're leaving and we're not coming back. So they get their hands on some kind of a Blackbird somewhere and they disappear. Now, very cool. I like it. And it's typical kid thing, right? It's better to ask for forgiveness rather than beg for permission. So I'm totally cool with the silliness of the antics as opposed to saying I'm out. Now, also, we have Storm in here talking to Kitty, who just comes back from the galaxy at large. And she says, I'm sorry I missed so much stuff. Storm's like, yeah, whatever. And I love that she still calls her kitten. I absolutely love that, even though she's a lot older now. Anyway, she basically hands the reins of leadership over to Kitty. And she says, and I'm quitting. So Kitty has to be the leader now. She's walking around. She kind of sees Piotr, that's Colossus, and just, whatever, man, whatever. I think that as far as that relationship, it should be just as over as this relationship. She doesn't need a relationship to define who she is. Let's just have Kitty be Kitty for a while, and Colossus keep it in his pants, all right? So Kitty goes and talks to Illyana, that's Peter's sister, and, they're best friends, and she says, hey, listen, I need you to help me out. So here's what she does. She's the one who actually brings the X-Mansion from Limbo back to the country, back to the Earth, the proper. And check it out, right in the middle of Central Park. How sick is that? Like, what kind of legal agreement did she make to get something like that to happen? Insane. Anyway, she does that, and her second act of leadership is to tell Storm, listen, you're not quitting, okay? I'm the leader, done, but you're not quitting. You're the heart and soul of the team, and she kind of is. Storm has been there since the X-Men were relevant from the beginning. And yeah, I know Wolverine's the one who made that comic. He did, but push comes to shove, he was never leadership material. For crying out loud, he could barely even lead the X-Force, and their only job was to kill people. So anyway, bang, there you have it. So I'm very excited for this comic and moving forward and seeing all the different things going on. Also, quick little side that some people in Madripoor have captured Lady Deathstrike, and we're going to see more about that in the Weapon X comics. They're forming a team with a whole bunch of people who can cut things, and Domino, who cuts things and shoots things. Anyway, guys, I'm going to give this comic a B+. I enjoyed it a lot. It was a whole lot of fun reading this and all the setup. And now I can't wait to get into X-Men Blue and Gold and all the other little subsets that are coming up with it. All right, guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, class dismissed.